Hello students, welcome to the circuits simulation lab. So in this session I'll be taking about the array operations. After the completion of this session you will be able to solve, simulate and analyze the DC circuits. In this session we are going to learn about the arithmetical operations on the matrix, arithmetic operations on array, solving the simultaneous linear equations and some of the matrix functions. MATLAB has two different types of arithmetic operations: matrix arithmetic operation and array arithmetic operation. Matrix arithmetic operation, MATLAB allows arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and the power function. So to perform any of these arithmetical operations, certain rules or the conditions have to be followed. Let us see what are those rules and the conditions. So to perform any arithmetical operations, at least we require two matrices to be created. So let us say that we are having the two matrices called A and B. So to perform the addition of the matrix, we require the size of the matrix should be same. To perform the addition, the size of the matrix should be same. Size of the matrix means the number of rows and the number of columns of the matrix A and B should be same. Only then the addition is possible. To perform the multiplication, number of columns of matrix A should be equal to the number of rows of the matrix B, or the matrices can be of the same size. That is, A and B can be of the same size. Otherwise, this condition has to be fulfilled. Number of rows of matrix A should be equal to the number of rows of matrix B. This condition has to be fulfilled. For the power function to be performed, the matrix A should be a square matrix and it equals A into A. Square matrix means again the number of rows and the number of columns must be equal. Only then it is possible. That means it should be a square matrix. Then in an array or a matrix, the elements can be multiplied by any constant or any value. It can be multiplied. All the elements in an array can be multiplied by constant irrespective of any size. It can be 3 into 3, it can be 2 into 3 of any size. All the elements will be multiplied with this constant. Okay. Now let us see the examples for all these, how the addition, multiplication is performed in the MATLAB. So let us switch on to the MATLAB environment. So where we have switched on to, this is a MATLAB window we are having, and here we are having a command window. So as I have already said that to do any arithmetical operations we require at least two matrices to be created. So now we will create that matrix called as A. Let the size of the matrix be 3 into 3. Need not specify any size. Then I will be entering now the elements. Then B equal to, we will create another matrix. So let this matrix also be of the same size, and I am also giving the same element so that we can remember and then we can work on them easily. So this is a matrix B. Okay. Now first we will perform the addition on this matrix. So if I say A plus B, so at the command prompt type A plus B, then you are going to get the answer here. So the matrix A and the matrix B have been added here. Here the addition how it takes is the first element of the matrix A will be added with the first element of the matrix B, that is 1 plus 1 is 2. Then this is the second element of the first row, it will be added with the first row second element of the another matrix, and then we are going to get it as 4. Here 3 will be added with this 3, and then we are going to get a 6. So similarly, when we go for the second row, first element will be added with the second row first element of the matrix B. 4 plus 4 is 8. So like this, the element by element addition is going to take place. Now let me create another matrix called as C, and let its size be 2 into 3. 2 into 3 andre 2 rows ಮತ್ತೆ 3 columns. Now I will perform the addition. A plus C. So it is giving us an error. Why it is giving us an error? Because the size of the matrix A and C is not same. That is why it is going to give us an error. So you can check it for the size. Size A kodri. ಅವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ size of the matrix A ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ size C ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, matrix size ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So for the addition, number of rows and number of columns equal ಇರಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. ಯಾವುದು ಎರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ರೋಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಾಲಮ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ A ಗೆ 3 rows ಇದೆ, 3 columns ಇದೆ. But for C it is only 2 rows and 3 columns. So therefore there is a mismatch in the size. So therefore addition is not possible. Now we will see for the multiplication. Now A into B. So the multiplication is possible because the size of the matrix is same. Now if I take the size of A, size A, then the size of the matrix B. So size is same. That means the columns of A is equal to the rows here. So therefore we are getting the answer. So now similarly if I do the multiplication for A into C, then an error has arisen because the size of the C and A are not matching. That is why we are getting. Size of A ಏನಿದೆ, rows are 3, columns are 3. Right? Then now what is the size of this C? It is 2 and 3. So this 2 should be same. Matrix A columns should be equal to rows of C. ಇವೆರಡು ಸೇಮ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. So these two are mismatching. That is why the multiplication is not possible. On the other hand, if I take it is C into A, we'll get the result. Why? Because C is of the size 2 into 3, A is of 3 into 3. So first ನಾನು ಯಾವ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿನಿ, ಸಿ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿನಿ. ಸಿ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ಸ್ ಏನವರಿ 3 ಇದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿನಿ, ಎ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿನಿ, ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ರೋಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ, 3 ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಟು ಆರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್. ರೈಟ್? ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಸಿ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಪವರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್, so we'll get a power function here. It is simply A into A. Right? It should be a square matrix. Since it is a square matrix, so therefore we are getting the result. So now if I say it is C power 2, I am using for this one the power function. For C it is not, we are not getting the result. Matrix must be a square ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ C ಏನಿದೆ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ 2 into 3 ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. Okay, I think now you have followed what are how the conditions have to be fulfilled to perform the arithmetic operations on the matrix. Now, so we have seen with examples how the arithmetic operations are performed on the matrix. Now we'll see the arithmetic operations on the array. Array arithmetical operations or the array operations are done by element. So this is the difference between the matrix arithmetic operation and the array arithmetic operation. Array element or arithmetic operations are done element by element, whereas matrix operations are not done element by element other than the addition and the subtraction. The period or a dot character distinguish the array operation from the matrix operation. If you give a dot along with the operator, prefix a dot along with the operator, that means we are performing the array operation. Dot illa operator jate andre, then we are performing the matrix operation anta artha. The matrix and array operations are same for addition and subtraction. Matrix operation ಮತ್ತೆ array operation addition ಮತ್ತೆ subtraction ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮೈನಸ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಇದು ಡಾಟ್ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ರಿಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನೋ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಿಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಡಾಟ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿ ಆಪರೇಟರ್ ಫಾರ್ addition. The plus dot plus and dot minus are not used. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ array arithmetic ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅರ್ಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಅಡಿಷನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಬ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಎರಡು ಅಡಿಷನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಬ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಬೈ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಡಾಟ್ ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ this table gives you the array operators. You can see here we have written it as dot and multiplication, element by element multiplication. Idu dot illa andre rows and columns multiplication agutte, and that is only for the matrix. For array it is the dot must be present there along with the operator. Dot and the division symbol, element by element division. Dot and a power symbol, element by element powering will be taking place. So now let us see the examples here. So now if I say it is again A, if you perform the addition for the array, it is A plus B only. We are not going to write anything. So addition for the array is A plus B. It is same. It is no, there is no difference. Dot kodadenu bekilla illi. If I say it is A minus B, so here also no need to give the dot. Now for the multiplication, I am performing it on the array. So therefore I should give, along with the multiplication symbol, I should give a dot, a prefix, a dot with it. A into A dot into B. Right? Now this is the answer we are going to get. Now what is the difference between A into B and A dot into B? Now you can see in the answers. So here element by element multiplication will take place. But whereas in A into B, if you take, the rows and the columns are multiplied here. Element by element andre the first row, the first element will get multiplied with the second matrix first row element. So it will be 1 into 1 is 1, 2 into 2 is 4. So this is the difference. So when you have a dot along with an operator, you should understand it is a array operation, and when there is a no dot, then it is a matrix operation anta understand ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Then it is A dot. So again this is a element by element powering. Element ಒಂದು element ಇಂದ ಒಂದು element ಗೆ multiply ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. So that is what we call it as a element by element. The conditions will remain again the same whenever you are performing addition, multiplication. So the conditions are going to remain the same for the array as well as for the matrix. So even we can perform the arithmetical operations on the vectors. So vectors. So we are having here u and v are the two vectors. So for the vectors also the array arithmetic operations are possible. So u dot multiplication symbol v will multiply element by element. You can see here u1 v1 means it is the first element of u and the first element of v vector. Similarly, second element of u vector and the second element of the v vector. Division also can be performed. Similarly, the power function also can be performed for the vectors also. Now, this table shows us the difference in the matrix and the array operations. Addition, matrixigu plus ide, arraygu plus ide. Subtraction, matrixigu minus symbol, arraygu minus symbol. There is no change here. Why? Because element by element addition and element by element subtraction is going to take place. Multiplication, there is a difference. You can see here, there is no dot. Rows and columns are multiplied here. But whereas here, element by element, multiplication is going to take place in the array. Division yellow, same. Dot ide illi. So, left division, no need to specify any dot for both when you are going for the left division. But for the power function, yes, you have to specify the dot if it is an array. And if it is a matrix, you need not specify the dot. But the conditions is that for the power, it should be a square matrix. Okay. Now, I think you have understood what are the different rules you have to consider for addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and when you are using the power function. Right. So, next we will see how to solve the linear equations. So, the system of linear equations will be written as Ax is equal to b. So, you have got a number of linear equations where all the linear equations will be written in this form. Ax is equal to b, where A represents the square matrix of order n, x is an unknown column vector of n components and b is a column vector of n components. There can be any number of linear equations. N number of linear equations you can use here. So, these are the examples of the linear equations. So, the such forms of the equations are called as the linear equations. So, where in the electrical engineering you come across the linear equations is yavaga siktave nimge ee tara equations. So, when you are solving the DC circuits by using the KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law athwa nodal analysis method ni use marta idre to solve the circuits, there you are going to get what? You are going to get such equations. So, these equations are also called as the linear equations only. These are a few examples we have quoted for the linear equations. So, here, these are the linear equations where you come across in the electrical engineering. Right? And here, these are the equations you are going to come across in the linear algebra. Right? So, there is only one single method only to solve these linear equations. There is only one single method only we are going to use in the MATLAB. In the linear algebra, the solution to Ax is equal to b can be written as, see, x is equal to A inverse of b, where x is an unknown quantity. So, therefore, we are going to write it as x is equal to A inverse of b, where A inverse is, we are going to calculate the inverse of the matrix. Inverse of the matrix, where all the linear equations will be represented in the form of the square matrix. So, that square matrix we are going to find out its inverse and then multiply it with the vector b, and then we are going to get the answers for the unknown values. There are two methods to solve the linear equations in the MATLAB. So one is by using the inverse function, and another one, the second method, is by using the backslash operator. So these are the linear equations. Then the first method we are going to consider now. How to solve those linear equations in the MATLAB. First method, we have said that we are going to use the inverse function. So what we are going to do is, here we are going to write the coefficients of all the equations here. The coefficients of all the equations is written in the form of a square matrix, and the constants is written in the form of the vector. And then we'll take the inverse of this matrix A, and then we are going to multiply it with this one, with the vector B. So the result will be x is equal to A inverse B. It is very easy to find out in the MATLAB. So in the MATLAB, what we are going to do is, we are going to write x is equal to inverse of A. Calculate the inverse of the matrix A and then multiply it with the B matrix. Then you are going to get what? You are going to get the result. So you are going to get the values for the unknown quantities as -1, 1 and -0. It is this simple that you are going to calculate the values of, suppose instead of taking these values of x, y and z, if you would have taken as the values of I1, I2, I3, so these would have been the values of I1, I2 and I3. Write the coefficients of the I1, I2, I3, then you take the inverse of that matrix and multiply it with the constant of what the EMFs you are getting, and then you are going to get the values of I1, I2 and I3. And the second method is, we are going to use using a backslash operator, right? We are going to use a backslash operator here. Similarly, here also we have created a square matrix, and then we are having a B is a vector, and then divide A by B. Divide the square matrix by the vector, then we are going to get what? We are going to get the values. Right? Now let us consider this example now. So now here let us solve this example in the MATLAB. So to do this, what I am going to do is, I am going to consider the values of I1 and I2. So those linear equations for I1 and I2, I3 we had written. So those values I am going to consider here. So now I will create a So those coefficients of I1, I2, I3 were 4, 3, 1, then 2, -3, 2, then -1, -2 and then -3. Close the bracket. So this is how the coefficients of I1, I2, I3. So idu first equation the I1, I2, I3, second equation the I1, I2, I3, third equation the I1, I2, I3. Then now we will create the EMFs vector we are going to create. So let me name it as E. Then E is equal to, I will write it as now 3. So I have to create a column vector. So therefore I have to give a semicolon here, and these were the values for it. Right? Then enter. Now how to find out the values of I1, I2, I3 now? It is very simple. So what we have to do is, we are simply going to write it as the variable is equal to inverse of this square matrix multiplied by this matrix E. Right? So we are going to write now I will be equal to, the values of I will be equal to, it is the inverse of A, the square matrix, and then you have to multiply it with the constants, that is what you have written the EMF values in one kade bardirtiralla adanna, then you are going to get the answer. See here, the first one will represent you I1, second one will give you I2, and the third one will give you I3. Suppose if this you were solving, then you would have solved with the simultaneous equations, You will have to subtract equation 1 and 2, then you will get one value, and then again you are going to substitute in the third one, and then you are going to do so many steps there. But here when you are solving it in the MATLAB, it is very simple. You write the coefficients of those equations, then the constants are taken in the as a column vector, and then you will just write one simple function, that is inverse of the matrix, and then multiply with this column vector, and then you are going to get the result. Okay, this is the very simplest method you are doing it. Okay, this is how you are going to solve the linear equations. So the MATLAB also provides us with the various matrix functions. Already these are the inbuilt functions in the MATLAB. So few of them are the DET. This is it returns the determinant value of the matrix. So when at the command prompt, when you type the DET function or the command and you have to give the name of the matrix, you will get the determinant of that matrix. And then at the command prompt you type DIAG and give the name of the matrix. It will give you the diagonal elements of the matrix, and this already you know that now it will give the inverse of the matrix. With just one single command you can calculate the inverse of the matrix very easily. Otherwise you are finding out the cofactor, adjoint, and then you are getting the inverse of the matrix. But here it is so easy. Just you give this function or a command at the command prompt, you are going to get the inverse of the matrix. So now we will see these three functions. Now we will create one so this is a matrix we have created, one matrix. Then to find the diagonal of this matrix, what I should type at the command prompt? I will type DIAG if I type, and then I have to enter what? I have to enter the name of that matrix. Then I will get the diagonal. What are the diagonal elements here? 1, 8 and 3. So I am getting the diagonal elements of that matrix A. And similarly, if I do the determinant, if I want a determinant of a particular matrix, I should type at the command prompt DET and then enter the name of that matrix. Then I will get its determinant. Okay, and then inverse, already you know that you give the inverse function, and then you can give the inverse name of the matrix to find the inverse. Then you are going to get the inverse value. And you can see that all are stored in the default variable, that is ANS anta nimge default variable barutte MATLAB alli, adralle you can store it. Otherwise if you create a variable, then in that variables all the values will be stored. So this is how you are going to use the different functions to get the diagonal elements, to get the determinant of the matrix, and then to get the inverse function. Then after understanding all these, let us try to attempt these few questions. Let us know how much we have understood. What is the output of the following code? First question. It is A equals to 00 semicolon 090 semicolon 123 NNZA. So this is going to give you an error. Unbalanced or unexpected parenthesis or the bracket when you type this command at the command prompt. So it is going to give you an error. Index of an array in the matrix in the MATLAB start with. Index of an array in the MATLAB starts with indexing. Already you have finished the indexing. So each one of the element will be given with an index will be given to it. So it will always start with a 1. So the answer is B. Yes. What is the written type of angles function in the MATLAB? It is degrees, radians and degrees, depends on the argument. So it is only, it gives in the degrees. It gives in degrees or in the radians. Radians and degrees or depends on the argument. So it is going to give in the radians. What is the output of A 102, B 30307? So these are the elements of A and the elements of B. So, and C is equal to A dot multiplication B. So then it means element by element multiplication ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಏನಿದೆ, ಡಾಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ ಟು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ A is multiplied with the first element of B. So 1 into 3 is 3. So 0 into 0 is 0. So 2 into 7 is 14. So 3, 0, 14 is the answer. So answer will be A. Yes. Which of the following is not a predefined variable in the MATLAB? So already we know that there are some of the variables in the MATLAB already which are predefined, right? So I is a predefined, J is a predefined, already you know. Infinity is also a predefined, but which is not defined is the gravity. So therefore answer is A. Which of the following expression generates the matrix shown below? So this is the matrix generated. So to generate this matrix, which is the correct command anta kelta idare avaru. So A is equal to 2.7 and semicolon is given. Semicolon anta takshana, so this will come into the second row. So 1.8 illi second row nilla. So this itself is wrong now. A is equal to 2.7 semicolon. So the same thing, again it is wrong here. C is equal to 2.7, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4 elements, semicolon, then again 4 elements, semicolon, 4 elements, semicolon, yes. Maybe the C is the right answer. Let us check for D. Again it is 2.7 and all are comma here. So one row ginda innond row ge ನಾವು ಬರಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ semicolon ಹಾಕಲೇಬೇಕು, semicolon ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. So that means the C is the right answer. Let x and y be solutions to a system of n homogeneous linear equations. If x is equal to ax plus by, then the first option is z is a solution to the system for all a and b. Z is a solution only if a is equal to 0 and b is equal to 0, and the solution has n minus 2 parameters and there are at most 2 leading variables. So this is a linear equation. So therefore the first one will be the right answer, that is Z is a solution to the systems for all a and b values. Which operator set is used for left and right division? Which operator for the left and right division? We are going to use the D, that is one backslash and the front slash. Which of the following command lists the current variables of the MATLAB? ಯಾವ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಹೂ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಗಿವ್ WHO. ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಸ್ B. What would be the output of the following code? At the command prompt, you have to type A is equal to 1, 2, semicolon 3, 4, and then if you give C is equal to a power function we are using here, that means if you just check it out for this matrix, then we are having it is 2 into 2 size, so therefore it is a square matrix. So we are going to get the value, and then the rows and the columns will be multiplied here. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ therefore answer will be A. So these are the activities you have to perform for the array functions, and the reference books we have used. This is our team which has developed the for you people the MATLAB. So thank you very much for attending this session.